What's up, everybody? This is Kurt H. I am the Lazy Farmer, and I'm back in Run8 again. And we are still on the NorCal server. Yep, NorCal server is up and running. It's live, and we're going to do part 3 of the RV64. So, if you've been with me for the last couple of streams, we actually delivered to almost all the industries. In fact, all the cars that we had that could be delivered have been delivered. The turnaround time in these industries is 24 hours, so everything that we delivered is already ready to be picked up, but I'm not going to do that. We do have 3 more industries that we do have to pick up from and on our way back, but basically, we're going to be heading back to Roseville. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I am in Discord. I'm in the Roseville Tower, and I also am in there. Let me make sure Discord is turned on. It is. All right. So yep, I'm in there, and my yardmaster Mike, Mike 24, he's hanging out here in Discord with me as well too. Go ahead and activate that. What's up, Mike? How you doing? Okay, Mike's doing good. He knew I was going live. I think he just got shy on me. Either that or he's busy doing something
No,
else.
I'm good.
Okay. All right, there he is. All right. So, and we want to encourage Mike. I got Mike in here because Mike's actually going to start streaming some content as well too. I think he's going to do Run8, maybe some other things. I don't know. We haven't really discussed it, but he's going to have a new channel coming up here pretty soon. So, kind of want to help kick him off and get him going. And yeah, I'm going to have to drag him kicking and screaming because Mike's a very quiet guy. So I need your encouragement for him as well, too, guys. So anyway, let's go ahead. I'm going to minimize Discord so I can see my chat. There we go. Let's go ahead and fire these things up. And that's the other thing, too. I was actually looking around in OBS, and OBS has a beta to where it captures the audio from the application. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to might start playing that. If it gives you guys better sound quality uh, on this stuff, yeah, I want to capture that because I mean, I wish you guys could actually hear the subwoofer. I mean, and feel it because there's in the rail driver there's a subwoofer inside, and so I feel the rumble on my desk, but I also have a subwoofer down by my feet, so I feel the rumble from through the floor as well too. So, all right, I'm good. I like that. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get into here. Oh, shame on me. I left that lined out. I didn't set that because that's the main line. I left it like that last night when I finished the stream. Oh my goodness, that's not good. All right, I'm also taking a look. We got a couple of. Looks like we got 2 trains heading your way, Mike. 3, 4 trains heading your way, but
All right.
they're not gonna stop in Sparks. They're through freights. We got them going. One's going from Oakland to Ogden. The other one's going from Oakland to North Platte. There's a Z train. LC. Oh, I'm not sure what LC is. And then there's a grain one that's going out. So you got some good rail fanning coming your way. So, all right, let's go ahead. We are already lined up. I'm gonna give myself a signal. Oh, X. See that X right there that I'm pointing at right there? That means my tags are wrong. I gotta get my tag right. Hang on, let me get. All right, let me go click on this. So what I'm looking at is, if we go to the car tags, you may not be able to see it, but there's an X right there. Kind of hard to see that through the sky, but you can see the RV64 back here that's in yellow. That yellow is also telling me that that locomotive is about half full of fuel. The green X means that it is almost full. Okay, yeah. So, that's the other thing I got to figure out too. I need to come up with something for service hours on the locomotive, so we have to say, okay, you know what, Mike, that locomotive you got over there, the locomotive, it's October. It's a locomotive 666. Has like 20,000 hours on it or something like that. It needs to go to service. Send it dead and towed to Roseville. We'll have to do some things figure something out like that. All right, so RV space and then 64. No, Mike, you gotta talk. You can't chat. It's training. This is.
Yes.
He's all yes. He's got noisy background in there. I'm just picking on him now. All right, so we
I'm so
are.
sorry.
Yeah, we are good. So last night you can see this is where I've got some set outs. Well, 4 cars. These ones from Camblin. I do have. It says here I've got 2. Oh, LB Construction Lumber. Okay, so those are some center beams. Those are actually going to go back to Roseville because those are actually going to get sorted out and built into another RV64 train, but they were picked up from Sierra Pacific. And then we've got these ones from Save Mart. Same thing, box cars that were picked up, they will go back and that gets sorted into another train. We're talking about the pickups on the switch list here. These 4 up here from Campbell and Steel. Like I said, those have already turned. This is what started the discussion yesterday about extending the turn time out to like 36 hours or maybe 48. We have so few people on the server. We need more. We're asking for more. And we can always change the hours. So if we have a lot of people, we can lower it down so that they, there's always something for somebody to do. But with so few people coming onto the server, we need to like increase the amount of time. Heritage Propane, same thing. So, and then the pickups but these 2 from Save Mart, we will pick up. So we've got 1, 2 from Save Mart to pick up, 1 from HB Fuller, and that's it. So I'll only have 2 stops. Campbell Steel and Heritage Propane, we're not going to talk, so I only have 2 stops, and then we're back to Roseville. So, all right, we can do this. So let's go ahead. I got. Ooh, I gotta turn my sound up. I turned it down. All right. Get on board, and I'm gonna let it ride. I'll ride down to the switch down there. I think I said I gave myself a light. I did. All right, let's go ahead. Get the HUD up so I can see where we're at. Okay, come off the handbrakes. And we're rolling. So what's our train stats? Train stats today, as of right now, we got 2 locomotives. Both of them are tunnel motors. And our HPT is 1 horsepower per ton. So we are 4,780 feet long, little over 6,000 tons, and we're heading back. We're gonna get rid of these cars. There's gonna be a lot of running around. Make sure that I need to make sure that the inbound route to the receiving yard, all the switches have the proper flags on them and everything. So those are switches that may not be set to normal. They may have to stay in the reversed, just so that as we come into the receiving yard, the trains go right to the receiving. Later on here, pretty soon, if we get into Roseville, you're going to see a blue flag with a light on top of it, an MOW flag. We put that right in the middle of the rails. That basically means that there's no trains are allowed to be parked on that, because the way Roseville's built, anything coming from the east to come into the receiving yard has to go through I think it's the city yard. You know what? I need to get the map up again. Is it the city yard? Which one is it? Hang on here. I will tell you guys in just a minute. Where's Roseville? Yep, I'm going to the Depot Plus website, and I'm pulling up the map. Have it up on my second monitor so we can see. Actually, it's the east departure yard, I believe. Yeah, it comes through the east departure yard, so we have 1 track that we keep open so that anything coming from the east can make it into our receiving yard, unless they're going to go off the map. If they're not stopping in Roseville, then they just stay on the mains. But if they are going to stop in Roseville because they're bringing us any kind, like a manifest train, supply train, right, we are slowly pulling out. Let's get back. We'll put the HUD back so we can see what we're doing. And I'm going to start the countdown here just after we pass that light. Right there's good. All right, we're going to start the countdown so that way I know I can flip that switch back and make sure it's get it lined and locked for mainline operations. So what does it look like over there in Sparks, Mike? Is that where I'm assuming that's where you're working?
Yes, it's busy.
All right. So I know I sent you a lot. I sent you 2 big trains full of cars that need to be repaired. So that's probably just enough right there to keep you busy.
Oh yeah. There's plenty to do over here too.
Yeah, you got. Well, I was telling everybody yesterday. If you're new to my channel, this is Run8 Train Simulator, and in my humble opinion, the best train simulator out there. Its physics, the way the trains operate, are spot on. Yeah, I mean, graphics aren't actually. No, I used to think the graphics were pretty bad, but actually they're not bad. They're getting better. I know they've picked up some new assets from Jointed Rail, I believe it was. So they're injecting those into these maps. But when I look at other simulators in the same area, the graphics are, they're not the best, but they're not the worst either. They're not bad, but it's not about the graphics. It's about how the trains operate and the open world sandbox operation of Run8. I mean, it's just not. I don't like scenarios. This is, I mean, Train Sim World. I'm not even going to invest. I've got Train Sim World 4. I bought it on sale last Christmas, and I have no desire to even pick up Train Sim World 5. Um, it just, yeah, I mean, because they just can't get away from the scenario. If they would just make that, here's, buy a world, buy a DLC like what Run8 does, and operate, whether it's a European city. I don't care if it's Europe or America or whatever. I mean, I really don't. Just make it open world so I can do whatever I want to do when I want to do it. And that's Run8 gives us that freedom. So riding in the front, I actually could get in the engineer. Actually, now I think about it, you guys can see the countdown timer much better, better. So we're still on that siding. So we're at about 15 miles an hour, 16 miles an hour, slowly increasing. It's 20 miles an hour on that siding. So we cannot increase to 55 until we get on that siding. But I really don't want to because right there is our first stop. So we'll be stopping here pretty short. I believe that's HBI right there. HBF, hi, yep, or whatever. I think they got 1 car, so we'll be picking up from them. And then we've got right down there, you can see it's starting to come in there, Save Mart SMD, Save Mart Distributions. We got a couple cars to pick up from them. So I'm actually going to start slowing down because I'm just going to stop where I'm at, go grab these cars, and then I'll back in. And that's the last of my pickups right there, just these 2 stops. So we'll get into Roseville, and this may be the train that. All right, let's go in. I'm gonna have to hit some air, but we'll get this train over the hump yard. Yep, I'm gonna hit some air on the train brake. Not using the independent brake because of the I'm using dynamic braking. If I start using independent brake, it'll take away from the dynamic braking, and I want that. All right. So I'm still in dynamics. I've released the air, or whatever. And now I'm going to get on the ground here. Put some independent brakes on, let them hold it. Let's go ahead and set some hand brakes. Alright, we'll close that, open that. Come off the dynamics. Still in forward, come off the independent. And we're going to notch forward here. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it a little bit smarter. I'm going to do it a little bit differently here. We're going to go back up here, get save mark, come back, go get these ones from HP4, and then we'll just back into the train. So, and that'll be it. And then, yeah, Heritage Propane, I'm not worried about that, because, like I said, I talked in Camlin Steel, I got 1 at HP Fuller and 2 at Save Mart. Alright, we're good. I think I could probably, based off of that, I could probably get about 6 boxcars into Save Mart distribution. So I'm just making mental notes right now of for future supply trains and setting up the work order in the Discord channel. All right, let's go ahead. 10 pounds on the independent. We'll slow this right on down. Right. Alright, conductor's off the ground. Going reverse. I think I just got to develop that habit, Mike. Get myself using the horn and the bell even when nobody's around. But that's what I get for being a casual player. Alright, coming in a little hot, but we'll slow it down a little bit of independent braking again. Well under 5 miles an hour. Under 3. About 1.5. Perfect. Okay. Brake set up. Conductor's on the ground. Connect. Yep. These are disconnected. Interesting how these were disconnected, but the other ones weren't from the server. Shut down. Alright, let's go ahead and air these up. Thought I hit partial. Was I dreaming? Maybe I just clicked on it. I don't know. Alright, right up, right back down again. We can go full open. Whoa. Alright. Give the engineer the signal. radio them, whatever. Alright, and we're off the brakes, off the handbrakes. It's slow speed there. Just keep it right about, just a little over 9 miles an hour. And off the notch. Ooh, she's rocking and rolling. I love it. Dynamic set up, and we're clear of the switch. Alright, full dynamics. Back on the car. Come off the dynamics. Reverse. Go back into HB4, grab, I think we got one tank car sitting in there. Grab that. Hook up to the rest of the train and head for Roseville. This is going to be a quick little turnaround. That's right, we need things, there's lots to do in Roseville. I think we're going to build a train to Ogden and get some cars off the map. How's your yard look like over there?
It's a little busy.
Okay.
I still got about 2 tracks open for incoming trains.
Alright, so at least I'll send you one then. I think I've got some stuff for Sparks over there. Alright. Well, dynamic braking, we'll get on the ground. Alright, come off dynamics. Notch. Supposed to be out there in the intersection on that road there because there's no lights to protect the intersection. No, I'm writing it on there. And this is the Sacramento area, so you'll see cars cut in front of the train. That's about accurate. I set dynamics. No air, no brakes. All dynamic braking. Oh, I should have been on the other side. I'm going to get on the ground. Yeah, running across a track in front of a moving train. Not smart. Oh, I'm already down to 1 mile an hour. Come on, push back. Don't stop. Alright. A little bit of independent brakes on that to hold the train. Connecting. Going partial. Let's look at the back end, make sure that that's closed. It is. Alright. CFM is already down, so let's open it all the way up. Open that one all the way up too. That was partial. I clicked on the wrong one. Now I knew I set one to partial, and I just realized I found it and set it. All right, so we got air going all the way through. We're good. Let's go get the rest of our train. Actually, I'm gonna ride this car. Make up my mind. Handbrakes are off. I need car tags at this point. Now we're just going back to Roseville. So we're looking at, let's see, the first episode was 3 hours, almost 4. Second episode was right at 2, so that's 5 hours. And now we're done picking up. So yeah, the train was a mess. I mean, we talked about that yesterday, or the last stream. The train was not set up correctly. So there's some. Not only are we going to have the RV64 cars gathered in the bowl, but when we bring it over into the city yard, or the local yard, either one, we're pretty much using the city yard because it's longer, but we could actually even pull out, well, we can do some flat switching in the local yard, build the train correctly. Alright, let's go ahead and get into some dynamics here. Bring this to a stop. Come off a slow speed. On the ground. Oops. Alright, let's get out of the dynamics. We're already rolling backward because we're on a little over 0.5% grade here. So gravity is already causing us to roll back, and we're picking up speed. So I'm not even going to give me some notches. I'm going to stay in dynamics. And 2 miles an hour, we're connected. Okay, let's get out of the dynamic braking. I'm going to go into neutral. A little bit of independent brake on the locomotives just to hold them. Back on the ground. Alright, let's connect and go partial. Alright, we want to go partial. If you're brand new, wonder why I go partial and not just go straight open. Well, it's because I don't want to blow the PCS, which is the pneumatic control system. So if it dumps air too fast, you end up blowing the PCS, which basically blows the air throughout the entire train. So, but there's a quick way around it. There is a cheat key, but if you do it the right way, then you got to go into neutral, and yeah, there's a process. So it's just better not to do it. So I'm waiting for my flow, CFM, and it has already gone up. It's already working its way back down, which means that the brake pipe along the train is filling up with air, pressurizing the cylinders. It takes air to hold the brakes open. Is that right? No, air well, I'm not going to get into details. It just say we need air. I'll go with that. Just leave it there. I just don't feel like going into detail. But we're filling up here. Every car has an air reservoir, so we're just making sure that those reservoirs are full. So I went into notch 3. Make the air compressors on them locomotives work. And I'm waiting for my CFM to go down to below 70 before I open up, go full open. Main reservoir is supposed to be at 130. It's at 92. It's slowly coming up. Another notch. Emergency reservoirs at 90. That's where it's supposed to be. Brake pipe is at 88. So it should be at 90 as well too. But as the main reservoir comes up, everything else will equalize out. This is why you want to use your dynamic braking as much as possible to control the speed of your train as opposed to using air, because if your main reservoir drops down enough, your emergency reservoirs, brake pipe, all that will drop and the brakes will start to apply throughout the entire train. And so if you have an emergency situation and need the air to be able to apply the brakes on your train, if you use air all the time, it won't be there. I don't know if I'm making that clear, Mike. Should I just shut up?
No.
Okay.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Go on.
All right. I'm confusing myself. I'm just saying, wow. So, all right. So we're at 64. I'm going to go full open. You're going to see it jump right back up again. And while that's doing it, I think, do I have an EOT on the end? No, I do not. So let's go ahead. That's closed. I'm going to attach an EOT. And we're going to go open on that. Oh, didn't realize the bell was still going on. We're full open. Whoa. Okay. CFM's coming down. Main reservoir is almost all the way up. Brake pipe is at 89. We're good there. I'm waiting for the train to get down to 60 and we can go ahead and start rolling. Oh, I need to come back here. There we go. That's now back. The Sunset Whitney sighting is now aligned to lock for mainline operation. We're good there. And before we get going, we're going to here. We're going to set all this. I got no trains coming this way, so we're good. And I believe we go all the way down, if memory serves me correctly. All right, so we are lined in to come into Roseville. All right. Back into the engineer seat. Forward. Give me a notch, start pulling. Brake set, all handbrakes released. Oh, open the window up. All right, so overall, we're almost 5,000 feet, 4,944, so 5,000 feet. Now, to give you an idea, the local yard, if we were to build this in the local for local operation, the longest track I have in the local yard is only 2,700 feet. So we would actually have to build this one and on 2 separate tracks in order to, yeah, and then which is doable. We can do it, but I could also build it all on one track in the city yard. The longest track I have there is 6,200 feet. So, but ultimately, if we build this right, we shouldn't be that long. And I mean, that's the idea. If we build the train right, we could cut down. I personally would like to see, I mean, I know a lot of people aren't going to have a whole time to sit for like 8 hours to work one local. And I say work one local, I mean, it's like from leaving the yard to bringing it back in and putting it in the receiving yard, and then tying tie the train down in the receiving yard, and then move the power to the fuel pads for service. So that's all that needs to be done too. So yeah, it's nobody has that time, and I want to make it at the very least. Hey, you know what? I might have a train, RV64. You're just going to go all the way to the end down to Sierra Pacific. Just make that a train. Mike and I had talked about dividing up this local. You know, have the RV64 and the RV65. You know, and divide the different industries up. You're still going to probably end up having to go all the way, you know, like every other industry would be RV64, then the remaining ones would be RV65. So you'll still have a reason to run the entire length, but it's not going to be a 8-hour run. Might knock it down to maybe 3-4 hours. And sometimes some people, depending on how realistic they want to play, that's pretty much doable. Okay, we're going to go. Why am I dropping air? I just heard air. Oh, I hit. Never mind, that was me. My hand hit the train brake. Go another notch. Alright. So I'm watching right here. As long as I stay in the green, you can have a failure on your locomotives. Cause the motors on the axles to melt down. Well, 1 horsepower per ton, she is not going to be moving super fast. But then it's railroading, you never do anything fast. That's 7 right there. Alright, My 2 cups of coffee are done. Thule Fog Chaser, just chase the fog out of my head. That works. Excuse me. Alright. Map, let me go back here. Alright, I'm gonna get caught up on chat here. What's up, Adam? How you doing? Welcome. And Chris, Big Chris, what's up, man? I am shutting down your train. Your engineer license has been pulled due to you breaking rules. You are the left seat for 90 days. Oh, man, you know what? I have one response to that, Chris. Bite me. That's funny. My God, Chris is channeling Quincy White. Next thing you know, he's going to be asking for burritos. So I'm doing a whopping 18.8 miles an hour in a 55 mile an hour zone. I wonder if I can get a ticket for driving too slow. Oh, wrong screen. Look at our train right there. Wow! I think that's got to be a record. Sakitsi Nation, what's up? Live from South Africa? Oh my goodness, I feel, wow. I am reaching the world. That's exciting, man. I'm actually really excited by that. It's in your blood, Chris. Why would you want to walk away from, you know what? Maybe it's who you work for. But then again, who else are you going to go work for? Now, I keep forgetting. Are you contracted to BNSF or are you actually employed by BNSF? I can't remember. So, Kitsy, you should get Run8. You can do some American railroading here on the NorCal. In fact, even from South Africa, you could actually be playing on the NorCal server with us. So all you need is the base game for Run8. You go to run8studios.com. I think the link is in my description. You just need the base game, which gives you Needles, Barstow, and the Mojave subdivisions. That's a lot of railroading right there. And then, of course, you need the NorCal DLC. Up to 30 miles an hour. Look at this. We're moving now. See, it might, you know what, Chris? It just actually, it really honestly is probably who you work for. railroading itself is fun, but I mean, well, the industry's tough as it is. I mean, I get it. It's all about making money, and they're gonna do, I mean, whatever. I mean, I'm in that same boat in the industry I'm in. I'm in education, and honestly, if they could get away with paying teachers minimum wage and other staff minimum wage, they would. Okay, so you love Met. Then why would you, if you love Met, why would you walk away? There's got to be something else. So, all right, so we're heading back to, we've done last 3 episodes. Well, that's 2 episodes. This is the 3rd one. We're actually running the RV64. We're now heading back to Roseville, California, which is where the Davis yard is. And this is an area, health? Oh, hell yeah. It's going to take your toll. I mean, you got the winter months coming up too, man. But you have to make that decision. I've got to make that same decision too. I mean, all right, there's the light right up here. I don't know if you guys can see that on your screen, but there's a light right there. I'm actually going to start throttling down. We get a little bit of dynamics going here, slow this thing down a little bit, because we're going to be going into an area that's going to be 15 miles an hour. I am using a rail driver. You can do this with keyboard as well too. I did it for about 1.5 years with keyboard before I just decided to bite the bullet and get a rail driver. I have to admit, I wonder why I didn't have a rail driver before now. They're very well made. So, which is not indicative of what I heard from a lot of other people, but all right, we're coming down. I'm gonna get this thing, I'm gonna set it for get down to about 15 miles an hour, and then I'm gonna go hit slow speed right there at 14.9, come off the dynamics, because we are on a uphill grade right here. I just realized I don't have, let me get something fired up here. There we go. Now you guys can see my cursor a little bit better. Change my cursor a bit. Dude, a cab setup? Oh my gosh, there was a YouTube video. I don't know if it was legit, but this guy was literally had the seat with, well, basically he had all this, and he had a big monitor here in the front. He had another big monitor on the side, so if you looked out, and yeah, it was, I think it is. I mean, I didn't watch the video. I was just looking at the thumbnail, and I'm just looking at, like, okay, and it's the same thing. Okay, okay, y'all know I disappeared for about 2 months, and I went down the rabbit hole of Microsoft Flight Simulator, which that's coming. Okay, I'm at a point now, I think I can at least start streaming, and yeah, it's going to hold to my motto for this channel. It's the same thing. I make the mistakes so you guys don't have to. That's going to hold true on that one, but I've seen some out there that are, yeah, it's a simulation booth. I've seen the same thing for Microsoft Flight Simulator, where, I mean, this one guy had like 4 of the, like, I think it was the Samsung Curve monitors going around him, and I didn't realize this stuff was out there, but he had the whole flight controllers, and I mean, he had little monitors down there in the bottom too for, I mean, I'm like looking at this going, okay, I like simulators. I really do, okay, but I don't think I want the simulation booth for a train. I don't think I want the simulation booth for, for flight sim, although it would be pretty cool. And then farming sim's coming up. As a matter of fact, I think I need to go, I gotta flip a coin here. Do I want to do the pre-purchase on Microsoft Flight Sim 2025, or do I want to do, or 2024, I mean, or do I want to do Farming Simulator 2025? That's, okay, that's where I'm at. All right, we're coming to the Y here, coming into Roseville. So, yeah. I'm still sitting here. It's crazy though, man. But yeah, honestly, I look at stuff like that, and I have two questions. Number one, do you have a girlfriend or a wife? Okay, probably not. Next question is, if you have a girlfriend or a wife, where did you find them, and why are they like, letting you do that stuff? Because my ex-wife would never, even just this right here, I'd start my live stream and she'd come up being like, "Yeah, I got things for you to do." So, no, you got it. There is, I know, I don't think it was in a warehouse. There's, I mean, there's a lot of guys out there. I'm sure there's a guy out there that is in a warehouse, and yeah, no, it's, but the one I was watching, I think he's in Great Britain. You can tell in the background that it's like an apartment or, or a house. But yeah, he's got a full on, and he just actually got a chair that actually moves. All right, I need to jump out and get on the ground in front of this train. Whoa! I hate that. I wish they would fix that. All right, I need to go straight. Yep, we're turning here. Perfect. Going straight. Here's that blue sun I was talking about. We dropped that inside the gauge. It's not going to hurt anything. We're just going to go right through it. But this is the track that receiving trains have to come down. Oh yeah, no, I mean they're super into it. American Truck Simulator. You're right. I mean it's and you know what? More power to you. If you're into it, and if your significant other is understands you're into it, and they're it's a balancing act. Obviously, you got to take care of the house, you got to take care of the kids, you got to take care of your significant other. And if they're into it and let you do it, I'm just saying that my ex, honestly, because listen, I mean when we met, I used to scuba dive, and oh, I'll be your dive partner. And so we did a trip in Mexico, and she got to experience it through snuba, which is not quite scuba diving, but it kind of is. Um, and so she got to experience it. And once we got married, no, I don't want you to do that. It's too dangerous. Seriously? So you lied to me while we were dating. You lied to me. And yeah, and her whole thing is, well, I'm all about, I don't like liars and the whole bit. Well, you lied to me while we were dating. You flat out said that, nice. Hey, all right, I need to flip this switch. We're gonna be going straight. See, that's why I'm running this in front of the train. Hopefully, I haven't missed a switch and the train's going down another track. Here's another over. I need to. Okay, I need to look at the map here. Make sure I'm going the right way. Coming out of the valley sub, coming down through here, coming down through the east departure yard. East departure yard's right here. Yes. I want to go this way. Looking at the map. Map is on Depot Plus. That's where I got on the second stream. Yeah, okay, we're perfect. We're good. All right, so I'm going to go back. Let's check on the train. 16 miles an hour. She's going a little fast. It's 15 in the yard. Why are you going so fast? Because the engineer is not inside the cab. Down. We got a little bit of a downhill grade. That's why we're going fast. Well, I just came off the notches. I think we should be lined in. When we get closer, I'm going to have to jump out again and make sure I pick a empty track. That's one thing about this map. They don't show, like you would see like in West Colton or Barstow or Rice Yard. You actually get to see which tracks are empty. When you look at the dispatch screen, not so much here. The receiving yard's right here, and that's, you know, they don't, I don't know why they didn't do that, but they didn't do that. All right, so let me go back, catch up here. Getting paid. See Barstow. Oh, Barstow to Modesto. So I was going to ask you, Chris. I mean, how much did you get? How much did it impact us? It seemed to me like when they had that derailment at the Tehachapi Loop, I was noticing because, you know, I've got Union Pacific and BNSF that come through my town here. That I'm like, man, you know what? Must really have impacted it because I'm not hearing a lot of trains, and then all of a sudden when they open that tunnel back up again, man, we've had some long trains come through, and a lot of them, a lot. It's like they're playing catch up. So I wonder how much you got impacted by that, Chris. See, that's yeah, that's about what I'm. Yeah, I've seen some big trains. Union Pacific had one. That was I mean, I was very rare do I see a UP train come through with mid and rear DPUs. So, all right. So far, so good. That's the bowl right over here. We're passing the bowl. We got to see. We got a lot of stuff going on here, and a lot of stuff. In fact, I think that's another RV64. I'll have to go take a look at the car tags when we go in there. I'll have enough time because I mean I'm only like 1 hour into the stream, so we'll get this in the receiving yard, and then we're going to start running around the bowl area here and see what we got and what we can start pulling out of the bowl. It didn't affect you guys that much? Okay. It just seemed like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have to admit, I wasn't absolutely paying attention, but, you know, when they go through, it doesn't matter if it's, because, was it UP tracks are about a block away, and BNSF's probably about a block and a half away. I mean, from where I work. So, when they come through and they're blowing their horns, I hear it. Alright, let's go ahead, get into some notches here. We're slowing down, we're under 15, so I'm going to get it. I got slow speed, that's what the SS right there stands for. I got slow speed turned on, 14.9, so. Looks like I definitely got, I got cars for West Colton, or I've got cars for Ogden, Utah that I'm going to have to pull out. I think that's what I'm going to work. That's what I'm actually going to work on. I'm going to work on getting the cars for Hinkle, Ogden, and West Colton out, and get those trains out of here and off the map. Mike's got a lot of work to do over there in Sparks, so I'm not going to send him anything. Thanks, Adam, man. I appreciate you being here. Tell your friends, man. In fact, I gotta do this. You know, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Here it comes. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up to help the analytics, and hit the notification so you know when I go live next. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your perfect strangers. Hey, man, railroading, it's the only thing you gotta do. Okay, I gotta jump back on the ground here. Run8, best train simulator on the market. Now, I say that because some people are going to go, but what about Railroader? Hey, Railroader's good. Don't get me wrong. I like Railroader. But it's a game. Because of the money aspect, I just consider it a game. Alright, so far so good. I am going to be coming down this track here. That's the top of the hump right there. Those 2 locomotives need to move, so that'll be the first thing I need to do. Move those locomotives and the ones that are coming in. All right, and we're going to go straight. That's the repair facility right there. We got cars we'll have to pull out of there. And I got cars down there, cars on this one, so let's flip this. We want to get, come on, we don't want to have a accident. All right, and let's go down this one here. I don't see anything all the way down that. We should be okay. That one should be set back to normal. All right, back to our train. Is that light on? Why is that light on? Who left that light on? That would be me. No, I mean, I'll tell you the one I actually just put out there. The one that I'm really interested in, and I've been watching a lot of their videos for Steam era. And you're right. I mean, Railroader is best for Steam, for the Steam era. You got some, you know, it's that transition era between Steam and Diesel. But the one I'm really looking at is Century of Steam. Yeah, and that is. There was a video they just came out. First of all, they've got not 1, not 2, not 3, but about 6 different variations of a Heisler. Yeah, of the Shays, not Heisler, Shays. So they got, you know, for logging, and they mention a lot of like the Sierra Lumber Company, and they used to run, which used to come down into this town here, and used to go down the other side of the mountain and over into the Nevada area. They mentioned, you know, the Virginia and Truckee Railroad that used to run them, and they went and they really did a fun. There's a great YouTube video out there. It's 346 Studios, I think is what it is, on their development and what it looks like, and they did a great playthrough. I just asked one simple question: when are you guys going to release it? And I don't know if I'm going to get anything out of it, but I'm going to say, hey guys, I can get a pre-release so I can help start streaming it, because honestly, for Steam era, that's the one it's going to be phenomenal. It really is. And they're doing a fine job on their modeling. Their modeling is like incredible. All right, so we're pulling into the receiving yard. Yay, we made it. Let's go ahead and start our countdown. This particular track that I'm pulling into, we got a 49, I think it was like 4,900 feet. This one should be 5,000 feet, so we should definitely fit. Worst case scenario, I'll have to pull cars off and put them on the other side, but I don't think we will. This is technically pulling into the west departure yard. All we really use this for, though, I could have gone on the other side. This is the west departure yard, but I don't know why I didn't. I should have. Now I think about it. I think it's actually full over there too. I think go take a look. But this was the last train. I know the one that's right over here to our left. This is the last RV64 pickup, so they still have to be pushed over the hump. Lots of work to be done. We need more people. Come join the NorCal server. Wow, 3 wine card Delgado. Okay, yeah, it's about that. You know what? It's about that time of year. We're coming into. I mean, you're gonna have the crush for wine. You know, wineries and stuff. You got grapes being picked. For table grapes going out. Wine grapes being picked and crushed. So yeah, it's about that time of year. And we got, oh, see, what is it? Pistachio is being grown in this area. We've got walnuts. We've got almonds. Blue Diamond almonds, guys. If you eat Blue Diamond almonds, I don't care where you are in the world. If you guys got Blue Diamond almonds, it comes from right here where I live, and right here from where Chris lives as well, too. Chris lives one town, kind of old to say, one town up from me, right over there. That's my point. You guys can't see. Yep. So yeah, I mean we're starting, the corn's starting to be harvested as well too, but most of the corn around here goes off to make ethanol or it is silage. More north, tomatoes, rice. Rice is huge around Sacramento, our state capital. All right, let's come off the notches here. So, yeah, Central Valley of California, we feed the nation, we feed the world. We're going to start seeing a lot of cars going out. Like I said, almonds huge. Pistachios, huge. Yeah, it's crazy. It's going to be a crazy time right now. I stay off the back roads because every time I take a, go around a bend, man, I usually run into some tractor or something. So they're on the move. Cotton's huge in this area too. That's the other thing that surprised me. Until I moved into this area, I didn't realize that cotton was as big as it is. But you know, they got grow a lot of cotton here as well too. Probably not as big as in some other areas like down in the south, but yeah, it just surprised me. All right, we got about 2 cars, 50 feet. I use a rule of thumb, 50 feet's 1 car, so we're 1 car in, coming up, going into dynamics. Let's get out of slow speed, we don't need that anymore. Look at that. No brakes, just dynamic braking. Come to a dead stop. Independent brake on to hold the train. Off the notch. Alright. And I used the rail driver button, but I went out there and I just hit the handbrakes. A little cheat, hit the handbrakes for all the cars. So now if we look at the cars, you can see the handbrakes are all applied. That's the entire train has been tied down. So now I need to go get this power off of here and get it someplace else. What do I got over here? Let's take a look. Let's look overhead. Alright, so we got this train here, car tags. Alright, so this is Manifest Roseville to West Colton. So that's the train that's being built here. And we're like barely, yeah, we'll fill this entire track up and then we'll send that one out and get that power out of here. This is the other RV64 I was talking about. That actually needs to be pushed back over. So these local, so okay, we got, I know what I'm gonna do. All right, let's get these off of here. I need to get this power out of here as well. Wow, I thought this last train was the longest train. This was a huge train that I just brought in. I need to get this power out of here. I'm going to grab all 6 of those locomotives, and these here, I got to empty this out because that's become an overflow for power. Boy, lots of things to do. Why is your train? I don't know. This is not. I'll tell you right now, guys. I go by through here all the time. You've heard me tell the stories. I go see my daughter who lives in Reno, and I go by here. I will tell you right now, this is not big enough for in Roseville. All this free area that you see right here and all right here. I mean, there's a huge engine repair facility right here, and I would say the amount of tracks for all the power that they have sitting there is easily 3 times more than what we have in this map. I mean, that's their engine facility there. That is actually more up in this area here. But all this is nothing. But all this is all track and and it's all full of power. And then, yeah, this is yeah, that makes sense. This is where this is the main line over here. Amtrak comes through. The Amtrak station kind of is down here. Yeah, that's all UP. That's what Adam. This is Davis Yard. This was originally Southern Pacific, of course. Southern Pacific was a subsidiary of Union Pacific, and then got rolled in. They just basically absorbed them. So yeah, and this, like I said, this is the main line. So Amtrak comes through. This repair shop right here is literally like right here, right in this area here. And whenever you go through, man, they have traction motors, just like hundreds of them lined up, brand spanking new traction motors. And there's all kinds. I mean, they've got all kinds of powers sitting there. And the sad thing is, last time I went through there was a couple of like some SD40s. Now the glass on the locomotives are bulletproof, but when you're seeing bullet holes through the glass, that's disturbing. So, as those people that they buy homes, like the same people that buy homes near an airport and then complain about the planes, same ones who buy houses near railroad tracks and you complain about the trains. You knew the tracks were there. All right, so let's get this off. I'm going to pull these two off and put them on this track down here. I'll get those two off the top of the hump, connect them to these two, and then I'll get these two, bring them in, and then we'll get them over into the service bay. I don't know why we have this here, but anyway, let's keep going. I got about another 45 minutes or so. Actually, what I'm going to do though, I am going to take a small break. I will be right back. I have to go get rid of the coffee that I rented. So I'll catch you in just a little bit. Congratulations, guys. I'm back. Gotta do a transition on a song. It just like, I don't like the fact that it just dies there. There's too many things to work on. All right, let's get to work here. Let's get back on the ground. And get that brake off. Let's take this brake off. Close that. Open that. All right. And we're good there, good there. Now let's set this back to normal. All switches are aligned good. Oh, I'm sitting worried about switches. This one's not right. Chris is going to yell at me. Oh wait, it's a spring-loaded switch. Good enough. 13 miles an hour. All right, we're going to back down. This is actually a little runaround track right here. Never park your trains here. Never park your locomotives there. I say that. What do? I park my trains and my locomotives there. Yeah, there's one. Oh, this one's has to come to Roseville to the shop. So yeah, that'll go into the shop. West Colton, Ogden. Another one for the RV64, so that'll be going back out. Truck and firefighter, how you doing, buddy? Now you show up, man. Now that the work's all done. We're here hanging out in Discord. You're welcome to come join us. Lots of work to be done over here in Roseville. So
Sparks.
I didn't hear that, Mike. What was that?
And Sparks.
And oh, that's true. And Sparks. And I'm just saying. Okay, and I'm going to put that out there. Truck and firefighter. We had a great time the other day, and you know what? It was a lot of fun having somebody to work. You know, you'd have a two-man crew on a train. If you guys have this DLC, or even the Mohawk and Selkirk DLCs, or even just make it easy, just the Selkirk DLC, and you guys want to team up, hey, reach out to me. We'll go ahead. We're gonna start. I'll start doing that. We'll schedule some time, get together. Maybe teach you something about Run8, what not to do. Speaking of what not to do, let's line these back in. Come on. There we go. Turn them blue, and I keep locking them, then try to flip them. There we go. Everything's all locked back to normal again. I left that. Didn't do that right the other day, so that's all new. We're okay. We're all back. Oh, we're definitely going a little bit too fast here. 15 miles an hour in the yard. Hope you're having a good Sunday too, trucking. But yeah, no, if you guys want to come out, and we can schedule time. We'll get Mike involved in that, and he needs help. He definitely needs help in Sparks. I keep sending him stuff. My day's a full day today, though. I got something after this, so that'll take me about an hour or so, and then I said I was going to do it. I got to work on the Pittsburgh line. We'll get that. We'll start working on the other machine, get Pittsburgh going on that one. All right, this looks like a good place. We'll stop here, get myself some room to bring those other locomotives off the hump. All right, let's tie it. These are good. Brakes on, get all that. Go to neutral. Pull the bell. If you're lucky, you will even get the safety guys walking around while you. Come on, Mike, you got to let that go. It was only Jerry and Quincy.
And me.
Oh, that's true, and you two. That's right. Three. He had 3 guys. Well, 4 including me. So I'll tell you, trucking. I did something. I was suggesting that you learn not to use your brakes. I will say this: the stream I did yesterday, 2 hours, the entire 2-hour stream, except for applying the independent brake just to hold the train. I would say 99% of the time, I controlled everything using dynamic braking. So, and then once again, that's coming from the Depot Plus guys and that realism that you save your actual brakes, use your dynamic brakes. Now, if you don't know what dynamic braking is, it's basically you have on the axles, I don't think they modeled it too well. I don't know if you can see it, but anyway, on locomotive axles, you have these big electric motors. So this little hump area here, basically there's a generator sitting in here. You got a diesel engine in here. This is for radiator cooling. These are tunnel motors. But the generator supplies electricity to those electric motors, and that's what makes the locomotive go forward and back and pull the train. Well, if you go into dynamic braking, it changes those electric motors into electric generators. And they start supplying power to a series of resistors that sit up in here in the top part of the locomotive, and you'll hear the fan. If you listen, they actually modeled it in the game. You can hear the fans kick in, and all that electricity is being generated while you're in dynamic braking goes to big resistors that generate heat, and the fans push air across the resistors to cool them, to keep them cool. Well, that demand for that electricity is what causes the train to stop, okay, or slow down. So that's what dynamic braking. If you're familiar with truck, it's like a jake brake on a truck. So, but yeah, I made a point not to pick on you, trucking, but it just brought it home to me that I needed to really start to pay attention. Those guys at the Depot Plus were not wrong. Learn to use your dynamic brakes. Save your air for that emergency, that oh crap moment. Oh, okay. All right, so I'm going to relinquish these 2 trains. I'm going to leave them running though, because I'm going to run over here and get these 2 out of the way. And then I got 2 more. I'm going to have to, I'll bring these up and connect them, and I'll even try to do that manually too. Alright, so this, I need that switch thrown. Oops. This one gets thrown. I'm going to pre-throw all my switches here, so run back. And that one needs to go. There was a strike, you mean? You know what, there's an awful lot of unions right now that are talking strike. Honestly. But I'm just gonna say the union that I'm a part of, and I'm not a huge union guy. These are still running. Why are these still running? All right, let's turn that light on. Did I leave these running? Well, that answers the question. If I left these running, they've been here for like about a week or two, and they're not down on fuel. This one is. So I don't think the fuel actually. Oh, hit a four-leg. Okay. There you go. Good for you, trucking. So you've been working. Now, my thing, okay, if you're over there on Mojave, that's fine. But come on, man. We got you over here on NorCal. There's work to be done over here. Mike, take care of my light work.
All right.
All right, let's get on here, and I'm gonna go forward, come off the brake. All right, I'm not even hitting notches. This is a pretty steep downhill grade. It'll take off on me here. Well, Chris, I'm thinking if it hit a four-leg, it's either going to be a cow or a horse. At which point, if it's a cow, I want some of that steak. I'm just saying, it's already tenderized. Maybe some bone might be mixed in with it, but if it's a dog, now, I'm going to go back to what Truckin was saying. He was over on Mojave, and that's okay. Trust me, there's a lot to be done in just the base game itself. Like I said, you get needles. So there's a small, some small local, I think, at the end of the needles. It's been a long time since I've been over there. You got the Barstow Hump Yard, and then you've got the Mojave, and there's the Mojave subdivision, and there's a couple of locals on there, and a lot to do. There's really a lot to do. The boron locals are great. If you're going to work a local and never did it, that's a great one. But if you want to play solo, like I said, all you need is just the base game. I encourage the NorCal DLC, the one that we're on right now, just because you have a hump yard on this side of the mountain, you have a flat yard on the other side of the mountain in Sparks, so there's a lot of flat switching that you can do. There's 6 locals out of Sparks. There's 3, 4 out of here in the Davis yard, which the RV64, which we were just working, is the largest, longest local. I mean, it's perfect for solo play. The map is, not the map, but the dispatch screen is just one page. And there's enough to do to keep you busy as it is, and it's also a great way to learn how to configure industries and how, and just the like that, how to build supply trains. It's perfect. It's not too much. Getting 3 subdivisions can be and play local. I'm speaking from experience, trying to learn everything. And that's why I'm putting it out there that if you want to have like one-on-one time, reach out to me. I'll do it. I mean, I have no problem. Hey, if I can help you get more fun out of Run8, or even better yet, get you to where you're ready to actually join the Depot Plus server and go take your test, then I've done my part. All right, so let's go back into neutral. Get back on the ground. So here we are going to connect that. And we're going to connect the air hoses. Go partial. We're going to apply that brake. We're going to apply the brake here. Did I apply? Yeah, these are both applied. Okay. And we'll set this one as lead unit. There we go. Chris, I know you can't see me, but you're getting the look. That's all I'm going to say. I cannot count how many times that I have or we have hit something. Yeah, no, I'm sure. You can play. Come on over to the dark side. Besides, honestly, if it'll make you feel better, I'll let you put some BNSF liveries on your stuff. I appreciate that, trucking. I have two children of my own, and I work where I have over 2,000 others that, you know, it's like, so yeah, patience is a virtue. Come to the yellow side, the dark side. Yep. I mean, after all, it's, you know, that's the most historic. If you think about all the different railroads that Union Pacific has absorbed, that's like the most historic. So, all right, let's go find that other pair of locomotives that I need to go find. We'll take those off, and we'll get these over to the engine shop. A lot of cars for going out too. All right, let's see. Where are you? Here we go. Oh, I need to relinquish the last train. Forgot to do that. Go relinquish. There we go. I just hit all those. Here, oh, going over here. Close that. Open that. Oh, I'm not moving. Can anybody guess why? Right, handbrakes. I mean, if it would feel you, actually, Chris, you know what? I know there's no orange over here, but we can just give you nothing but Run8 locomotives. How's that? Go get food or DoorDash food. Keep your feet up and have DoorDash bring you stuff. Suppose I should hit the horn and use the bell since I'm between two sets of cars here. You know, check the gen switch. I was waiting for that. Oh my goodness. I was waiting for that. Wasn't going to say anything, but I was waiting for that. All right. pretty much a full receiving yard over here. Alright. The dynamics and go full. Dynamic braking. No air. Look at that. Dead stop right there. Perfect. Alright. Mount it up here. Off the dynamics. Go in reverse and push back. And we'll get these 6 locomotives over into somewhere over there. Park them off. Get them out of the way. I may actually even send them, depending on how many other. Well, I can only use either two, SD40s or the SD40Ts. I could go SD45s, but I don't. There's nothing. No Union Pacific or Southern Pacific livery, so maybe I can find something else that might work. I don't even think there's any patch stuff, to be honest with you. Get a little more horsepower. But then again, if the trains weren't so long, that's the reason why these trains are long, because the last supply train was extremely long, and we had a lot to do, a lot to deliver. Way too much, to be honest with you, way too much. Alright. Off slow speed. This is coast here. Taking the power to Empire? Oh, okay. Running light. Gotcha. Do they have a drive-through? No, I just hope not. Actually, now that you said that, I should actually. I got a lot of work to do here on the computers. I should just do Instacart. Order a big pot roast, put it in the crock pot for later. But I ate a lot yesterday. I shouldn't really eat anything today. I ate a ton yesterday. Cafeteria made food. They were expecting, because I had to work for what we call it Saturday Academy. We were expecting at least 35 kids. We got 10. So the cafeteria sent me home with like a ton of food, and I was like, okay. So I had, yeah. But if not, I mean, this is the waste, man. It just gets thrown out. No, there is mom and pop cafe at the interchange. Gotcha. You know what's going to happen, Chris, is you guys are going to take off with the power. You're going to run light over there to the interchange. Go get in, order your meals, and then you're going to get notified that the train showed up. They are good. Mom and Pop are the best. We have one that's like across the street from where I work. No fancy signs, no fancy decor. You just walk in and it's like home cooking meal. That's good. Oh, no worries. Yeah, like I said, well, I'm going to get together with Mike. We're going to be working on his, because he's going to start streaming, so we're going to work on his stream channel a little bit. And then like I said, I'm going to be adding Pittsburgh to the machine that is running Mohawk and Selkirk. All right, and boom, we're there. All right, on the ground with this one. Connect the MU. Connect the air hoses. Going straight open. Open. Open on this one. We'll go partial. Open. Okay. Now we're going to get these out of here. I think I got to come down here and set that as a lead unit. And I'm just going to real cheat hit all that real quick. That way everything's all lined up. All switches are turned on, everything. I really don't need all these things running. That's an awful lot of power. You're going to see, but I'm going to do it because you're going to see what happens. Really only need one running. We'll pull everything else. Alright, go forward. Hit the button, turn off all the brakes. Alright, I'm going to tab out, post his channel when it's up so we can stalk him as well. Oh no, we're going to. He has no idea.
Oh, good.
I think we just scared him. Oops.
Nope.
Oh, he says he's no fear. Okay, got it. All right, let's run past this. And flip this switch. We can do the bypass. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, take this one. There we go. Okay. And this will go bypass. We'll bypass the bull. And yeah, I'm looking back and forth at the maps here. Okay. We'll find someplace. Find some place to put these, and just looking at the board. Well, no, I don't know what that. What's this one? I don't think I can click. I can't click on it from here. Got some tracks I need to pull cars off of before I push anything else over the hump. Now it looks like I got a lot of open tracks, but some of those tracks they're not even being used. So we have it set up. So 3 tracks are going. One's for Ogden, one's for West Colton, the other one's for Hinkle. So those cars go down those 3 tracks. And then we have other tracks set up by the local numbers, which makes it easy because then I can just pull like all the cars for Sparks. I just pull them out and build a train. And then send it to Sparks. And listen to Mike cry. 21 miles an hour, a little fast. See how fast this stops with six trains, nothing behind them, all with their dynamic brakes cut in. to... Oh. Let's see what they're doing here. Okay. Flipping back and forth between 2 pages here on the map, so just trying to get an idea of where I'm going to go, but I see where I'm going to go. Okay. I have not heard that, Chris. I mean, are they just pulling their operations out completely? And then if that's the case, I mean, they're going to turn it over to BNSF, or is it just all basically going to be one of those things they're just going to abandon their tracks? Considering the fact that pretty much everything's going intermodal anyway. Although the Mojave yard, that one's going to be interesting with the Mojave spaceport and the Mojave, Met's going to go in there? Okay. But yeah, Mojave spaceport and the inland, Mojave inland, what do you call it? Inland port. Okay, this way. Oh, that's here. Okay. Gotcha. I see where I'm at on the map now. Get on the ground. Whoops. And I hate this. You can't. I gotta go from the other side. That's so 1980s. Just saying. All right, and then I need to go this way. All right, and then we'll get back on the locomotive so we can ride over that dip. And countdown, making sure I'm clear of the switch. All right. All right. Now let's run back. And I gotta put that one back too, so that's where I was talking about. I need to put down MOW signs here, and that's gonna be kind of hard. I might just have to do it on this one side, because any train that's coming in that needs to go into the receiving yard has to come in from over here. So it's just some planning. They do the same thing over on like Selkirk and our rice yard. All right, let's go find a place to put these. put these, I think I've got an open track on the fuel pad. So I need to go down the ladder for the locomotive ready track. There's a switch thrown correctly. That one is... They all are. Okay. Oh no. Who did that? Okay. Don't know why those are there. Don't know why this is sitting here. Because that's absolutely blocking the one spot where I can put those 6 right in here for service. So I'm going to do this. Get rid of that. We got a glut of power. I'm going to get rid of that. Not realistic, but yeah, it solves. It solves the problem. So it's kind of one of those things when you're, and if you, what you do, if you're doing it solo, it doesn't matter. But if you're playing on a server, leaving things on runaround tracks where you're going to block operations, that's, you know, that string of locomotives, this is not good. I mean, you don't want to do that because you're making it challenging for others. That string of locomotives sitting right here could actually technically gone here, but really where it should have gone, broken up and fill up this area here. Although these are the ready tracks, so these are like, this is where when locomotives are serviced, they've been washed, they've been fueled, this is where they sit, and this is where you pull your power from for outgoing trains. Like I said, we've got a glut of power, so I'm not really too upset. But if we have a glut of power, something we can always do is create a train, you know, basically put them inside another train, dead in tow, get them out of here, send them off to North Platte, Hinkle, maybe, you know, just play the game that they're needed somewhere else. Foreign power should be the primary used one. Hey, that's what, you know, I got an outgoing train. This one's going to end up with cars going back to Norfolk Southern as an example, so you're going to grab that. I've got a Kansas City Southern, they're going to send that back. And it's not uncommon for foreign power to be on rails, but you want to get rid of, I would say just get rid of this stuff as soon as possible. Yeah, no, it is bigger in real life. And like I said, with the spaceport, now, you know, truck and firefighter, unless Mojave is bigger in real life, it's not big enough to do too much. They're expanding it. Because that's the thing. In fact, if you go look at where the Mojave yard is, they're not necessarily expanding right in there, but as you leave the Mojave yard, And I forgot the name of the industry. There's two industries that are right there as you're heading out, like you're going to go out toward Trona. If you,
Boron.
yeah, not boron. No, not boron. This is from the Mojave Yard. As you're going out toward that line that goes out toward Trona, if you have the Trona expansion, and between there's two industries, and then after those two industries, there's nothing, and then there's a highway that crosses over. There's an overpass. Well, in real life, right after those two industries, and then before the overpass, all that is being expanded, and that's where the inland port's going to be. And so that inland port's going to be fed by Long Beach, and pretty much it's all going to be where Walmart, Target, and Amazon containers for intermodal service. And they're just going to have a train that all it's going to do is shuttle back and forth, or a few trains, shuttle back and forth from Long Beach to the Mojave Inland Port. And so that yard that's in the DLC is actually going to be used. Changing screens here. Is actually going to be used for like car overflow. And then of course there's the Mojave Spaceport, which that's I think I can pull all the way up here, so I'm just going to run up and bring the trains up to here, and we should be good. And that's actually being used a lot. Was it SpaceX is out there? They've got a presence, and there's another company that does like experimental aircraft. They're out there. But you got to remember that the DLCs, you're not going to see that change in the DLC because I mean, Run 8 models like 1995 to about 2005, that era of railroading. But that's the change that's coming out there. There was, and that's all from an article I read about 2-3 months ago during the summer. I was just browsing, looking for information on what was happening, because the question came up that Mojave's dying, and it's not really dying. That's the article that in 2004, that spaceport, not the spaceport, but the inland port was supposed to open this year. Whether it has or not, I don't know. I haven't read anything on that, but that was supposed to open this year. Bring it right up to where I'm at. I think we're good. Let's see. I might have to push back just a little bit. Do I have room in the back? I think I might. Oh yeah, let's bring it back just a little bit. Why? Because I'm kind of fouling that switch on the other side over there. Alright, that should be good. Alright, they are tied down. Shut them all down. Turn off the gen switch. Yeah, I had to go there. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. So technically a lot of these have been sitting here for a while, need to go back and go into the ready yard. So that's something that can be done. If you want to come on the NorCal server, you can definitely work the locomotives, get them serviced, put them in the ready track. The work orders on the Discord channel, they're very basic. Bottom line is, if there's if there's something that needs to be done, do it. That's it. Nothing. I mean, you're not going to get in trouble. Nobody's going to yell at you. Nobody's going to say, "Oh yeah, you know what? That's not how we do that here." And Mike knows what I'm talking about. But
Of course.
yeah. So the interesting thing is, this right here on the map, you'll see it. This is supposed to be the high-speed fuel rack for the high-speed train, which is pretty much a dead issue now in California, except for the one that's being built by an independent company that's going to go from, was it LA to Vegas, which I can see that, and if it continues on east, that makes sense to me. But the high-speed rail in Roseville, but this is in real life, this is sitting here. And I've got these locomotives sitting here because in real life, that's what they have sitting there. So they're using it. Was built for high-speed rail, but they're using it for other things. So I've tried to. That's why that's there. That's a real building. They actually did model this. That's what the Davis Yard office looks like. So anyway, I'm slightly over 2 hours. Actually, 2 hours and 10 minutes. So that was a perfect time to stop. We'll take a look and see. Okay, here's my trim locomotive. Why am I using these as trim? I don't think I've got. I think I got the new. Where'd they go? Oh no, wait, they're over here. That's trim. That doesn't make sense. Sorry, I'm not thinking right. Thinking with a hump yard, but I'm using these little 1500s down here. Yeah, see, they're running, but the fuel's not going down, so I don't have to worry about that. We got these two as hump yard as well. I think we need to get rid of those. We can just stay with these. So, but all this, and then these need to be pulled forward and put on the end of a train for, so, because I think all of these are, well, let's see, everything here that's in the green, West Colton, Hinkle, all these need to go. They've been repaired. These need to be repaired. Then I'll have all my repair stuff done. I think I got some more coming in. This is here's RV64, so I got to pull all these out. That's what I'll do with the trim. We'll pull that one out. I got another, so I'll have another big train for RV64, but it needs to be switched. You look at this, LBC, BWF, BWF. Here's LBC. So these need to be pulled out of the bowl, and we can pull them over into here, which is the this is the city yard. So we could actually pull them into the city yard and actually use this for flat switching. So these two you gotta be careful because these two are main lines, so you have all the way up to this light to do any kind of flat switching. Same thing here. Get a little more room. This section right here is actually the local yard, and then this here is the eastbound departure yard. So this would be Ogden here, and Ogden, Utah. Cars going to Ogden and cars going to Hinkle would be over here. Hinkle would go up the Y, up the valley sub. Ogden would go over the mountain. Those over there. So that's, if you want to run a road train, that's a challenge. Taking a road train over the Sierra Mountains. But anyway, lots of work to do. I encourage everybody, like once again, if you want to come play, more than welcome. If you take the checkout ride, which Kung Fu Beer is doing, I'm not doing the checkout rides. I'm going to have him do it. But if you do the checkout ride and pass the checkout ride, not only do you have access to NorCal, you get access to the Mohawk and Selkirk servers, you get access to the Mateo server, and you get access to the High Green server. So you get 4 with 1, and then soon will be all 5. We'll get the Norfolk Southern Pittsburgh server going here. So that's what I'm going to go work on. So anyway, it's been a pleasure. It's been fun. Guys, thanks for coming to hang out. Adam, thanks again. Trucking. We'll see you in Discord. Come play. And then let's see what else. Who else was out here? Chris, man, go enjoy your lunch. I like that he's taking a locomotive to a mom and pop shop. That cracks me up. So for everybody else, and then especially, I got somebody. Where'd he go? There's Nick. Oh, there's Nick. I saw Nick in here, and then we had Sakitsi Nation. Once again, that made my day. Sakitsi Nation from South Africa, man. Thanks for hanging out in here with us and saying hi. And as always, if you do like the content that I provide, go ahead and hit that, like, subscribe, bell, do all that thing, and please share it out, man. We're trying, want to build the Run8 community and invite anybody and everybody come play on the NorCal server, come play on the Mohawk and Selkirk server. Just jump in my Discord. That information is in the description for the video. Put in a request. We'll get you in there. So, all right. Anyway, that's it for me today. I got a lot more work to do, so I'm going to jump off. Y'all have a good afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and have a great work week. Be safe out there. Chris, we'll catch you later. Bye.